Thanks for coming. Let's play some Beyond All Reason.
This is a game I played with my buddy. I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through what I've learned in my first week of Beyond All Reason. I've learned that you should skip this while people pick their starting locations, and essentially everybody took turns and picked where they were gonna start, and that's what each of these little guys indicates. We are up here. We're pink. We're pink here. Taking our commander here. He's your first unit, and he's a building unit. That's going to be important later because there are different types of builders, and they all do similar but different things. We opened with, this is what they call a MEX, a metal extractor, and it pulls the metal out of these little circly things indefinitely. So it's going to sit there and get me 1.8 metal per second, I guess. I made a little turret here, and I made a little turret here. The idea being I make like a... Can I draw on this? That would be sweet. Oh, kind of make a line there so they can't get through. You can see the rings here. Oh no, I gotta learn how to clear the drawings too. The butt here, the butt of rings. We'll shoot anything trying to come in, so we're kind of just covering our back door, if you will. Wow, that looks flawless for our back door position. I don't know how to clear these lines. I think if I like... Anyway, so we're building more mexes. We're taking that. My buddy spawned over here. He's Papa Steve. He's opening. He's getting a little energy a little bit sooner. He's got 2 minerals. Fine. Slow starting build. Same as mine. Going for the bot lab on my side. He'll probably go bots as well. Let me figure out how to race these. Oh! Kinda. I'm sure there's a key that just erases all of it. Should have left the butt, I know. Okay. So we've got our bot factory. We didn't talk about this so much. So Pop Crozier, how many PvP games you guys do so far? Not many. Oh, that's the other team talking. I didn't get to see this while I played, so now I'm getting to read their conversation. That's funny. And that guy, spoiler alert, was not the threat. Blue was their threatening player. You can keep an eye on him if you want to see on the mini-map here to determine what he does to be good. I do pretty well though, so I'm going to teach you some stuff. Alright, this is the bot lab we threw down with the commander here. Bot lab right here. Produces Tech 1 bots. We're going to make a worker first. And we have a worker, but the commander's different. This guy, he's the tier 1 worker bot. And the cool thing about him is he basically, because he's a tier 1 bot out of the bot lab here, he has the ability to make the tier 2 bot lab, which is something we really, really want. And you need a tier 1 worker of that, like, type, if you will, prior to getting it. The other types are vehicles. So I'm bots. There's vehicles. There's hovercraft. There's submarines or ship stuff. Alright, so I gotta explain what's going on. Alright, this guy pops. Oh, we're getting invaded by this little scouting guy, but they're not microing it, so it's, yeah, I'm low MMR. These guys suck. Cleaned it up. You noticed I paid attention, though. I was on it. Oh, I should just first person view, because usually there's what's called fog of war, so you can't see everybody's game. For people who are not familiar with RTS games. Stand by. Here we go. What are we looking at? Now I don't have to do anything. I can be hands off. This is great. Oh, no, I can be double hands on. That little hovery thing is my mouse in game, so you can see what I'm looking at. And unfortunately, I can't talk about things. I'll just talk about things as we go. That stuff, you didn't need to know about that. Those were wind turbines. We got our bot out. We decided to go bots. It doesn't mean anything. We didn't build our tier 2 bot lab yet. We're just doing bots because we like these little tiny guys. Because they're good for scouting, so I can see this whole dark area that I wouldn't be able to see otherwise again for non-RTS people. And make sure no one's setting up to run me over. My macro's terrible. That should pretty much always be in production. This is my teammate, or my not teammate, my enemy, my friend. Due to the auto-balancing system in Beyond All Reason, you don't always get to play with your friends because they ensure fair games. So that might be a selling feature to some. It tries to keep parties together, but it doesn't always succeed. It's funny that it doesn't I think our skill rating is very similar, despite the fact that my experience is a week more than him. He's played, I think this is his 5th game. So you see I'm coming in here and I'm attacking his mechs. Mexes are big. Mexes are huge because mexes are all of the mineral income in this game pretty much until you start getting out fusion reactor stuff. Cool stuff. Cool sci-fi tech. And so getting that mex there, I think that mex costs like, I don't want to exaggerate, but a lot. Let's see, we'll click on this one. Well, it only costs 50 minerals to make, but it costs 500 energy to make. Anyway, and it takes time. You gotta have a worker. And look at me over here. I'm not only getting one, I'm getting another guy's stuff. And I'm coming over here to get this guy's stuff. You can see me microing both of these. I'm trying not to interfere too much. I go for the worker there, but he's a little too tanky for me, so I kill his mechs. And I try to scamper my little self out, but I think I get pegged here. So poor choice of words. I wonder if I could have taken this high ground mechs here. I didn't actually try to have my bots walk up there. I don't think they can climb that cliff though. I think I would need to get air out, which I eventually get into. I just forget about it entirely. Alright, so we've got our wind turbines. Wind turbines are using the wind displayed up here on the top left or right to basically turn wind into energy to power my energy bar. However, my energy bar is maxed out, overfilling, and pretty full. That's great, but now what we can do is we build these guys, energy converters, and they're going to take our excess energy above this gray slider here. Above that line is going to turn it all in, or not all of it, it's going to turn as much as it can into metal. And so you'll notice if this ever maxes out again, it's because we don't have enough of those. It's not entirely bad in this game to allow your resources to overflow if you're in a team game because they go to your teammates. Super, super nice. So sometimes people will, it's like a strategy in higher level games where they just let their energy max out, I think, to just feed other people. If it's not a strategy, it should be a strategy. I don't know. They do fancy stuff. And I'm going to learn that. I'm going to tell you about it, alright? So just stick around for another 2 weeks. And I'm going to master this game. Alright. Maybe a little longer. There's some graphs here we can look at. Let's see how we're doing. Currently low on damage dealt. That's fun. Oh, we got the mexes out. We just did economic damage. We're cool with that. Metal produced, we are really doing not that well. Oh, this is our team, isn't it? There should be 8 people on this. It's a 4v4. Am I not going to see the other team? Am I seeing it and am I blind? Is there a team thing? Okay, I don't know. I'll compare myself against my teammates. Metal produced, who's winning? I'm losing. I'm losing by a lot. This guy. Oh, we're skirmishing a little bit. Long story short, we built these guys who shoot these little rockets, and I think they're kind of good because if you get about this many, you can kind of snipe these in like a single volley. Not that I'm doing it perfectly, because I'm trying to capture the element of surprise here and get damage before these guys show up, which I failed, and he gets in close range and he's just bodying me. Alright, technically the camera wants to follow my player cam, so I can't deviate too much. Unless I turn it off, but that's no fun, then you would know everything I knew. Everything everybody knows. You know all the secrets. Right now, just look at how little we see. How little we know. You didn't see that, but I just queued up our commander. He's just building these maxes, man. I felt like there were more minerals, or whatever, yeah, minerals to take. So we just queued up the commander and sent him walking, because I'm in a pretty good spot here. Got a lot of land and no one's next to me, so I can take all these. I forgot this one for some reason. I'll get some anti-air up. We did the game notifies you super conveniently if somebody sees air. So we just preemptively put that up because our base is full of wind towers and energy stuff. We've been playing pretty freaking greedy. And you can see that we're overflowing on metal. That's like the worst thing you can do, because yeah. The problem is I don't want to drop my tier 2 yet because it's basically the tier 1 bot. To explain, if I could, I'm turning off player cam. All right, tier 1 bots, these guys, I got like 3 of them. If you go build over here on the right hand side, advanced bot lab, that's what we want. You notice that costs 2,900. The 20, yeah, you see it, 2,900 minerals. Well, we don't have that much, which is fine because the thing is, like, as you build it, you can just add to the stockpile of it building. So we don't have to have it immediately. We just have the potential to get it, which we do have because you can see all these energy converters we have. We will drop it now eventually, but we wanted to queue these up first because this is like the third resource of this game, and this is called build power. You noticed, or maybe I forgot to talk about it, we built one of these construction turrets early, and essentially it works like a worker, except it can't move, but it offers just build power without me having to use essentially what could be attacking units to build more attacking units. You can just use your buildings to build more attacking units because they're gonna essentially, they'll build your buildings for you and they'll boost out your units by putting their little bubbles into the buildings here. This is under construction, that's why it's all pink, and you'll see we're at about 20% here. Our metal's holding pretty strong. It'll probably be at 0 by the time this is done, unless our economy is just kind of booming right now, which it doesn't feel like it is. In fact, building all of these construction turrets, they cost 210 metal a piece, so by the time these are up, we're not going to have any metal left anyway, and this will be stuck, essentially, at whatever, 30%. Anyway, yeah, that's your briefing on the economy here. Generally, it's just good to focus on getting as much metal as you can from all the little metal circle extractor boys, all the mexes. Get as many of those as you can. Keep your energy at equal amounts. I'm doing... It's low now, but I'm building energy, as you can see. So, like, we're working on it. It's getting better. Yeah, and then the third thing is build power. And I realized we had a lot of money, and I didn't have a good way to spend it quickly, so I just made a whole bunch of buildings to basically use my money for me. And now they're gonna boost this bad boy out. You'll notice for a second I keep toggling the priority of these, because I don't really want to build a lot more than this here, because I realize I'm like almost out of metal and I want the metal to go here. I don't remember how hard I commit to it, but if I was thinking, I would be committing more bubbles to this right now. I'm not sure. I guess I'm just playing greedy and I just want the economy right this second. I guess some are split off on it, but yeah, I don't know, probably sloppy, bad macro. Just doing other stuff. Yeah, you see me, I'm like, oh, I need wind turbines, but I already have my wind up. Now I need converters, and it's a continuous battle. I'm just learning the flow, the ebb and flow. Okay, well, here, we'll take a look at this guy really quick, because this guy dominated late game. I think it was this guy. He does not look like he's doing much right this second. He's pumping out a lot of artillery, and he's building a lot of energy converters. Oh, he's got his, he's way back here, so he's doing great. Big windmill farm. He's got, you can see he's doing better, because he's not having to build all his build power at one time. He's just got it. He's building everything incrementally, which is better than me. And he's skirmishing out here on the front, which is, he's probably a better skirmisher as well. But fortunately, I'm up against my old buddy Papa Steve here. And Papa Steve, he's probably not gonna win. And I'm kinda counting on that. You can tell I got a lot less units than he has. And I'm kinda just feeling like I'm the man, and I'm getting my tier 2 up. And I know once these tier 2 units come out, you can see my bubbles. I'm going to try to keep them on this or this. This is the tier 2 constructor. So once you have the tier 2 lab, you can build the tier 2 constructor. And the tier 2 constructor operates similar to the other ones, but now he can upgrade your metal refinery things. So that's going to boost our income substantially. I don't know if it'll show us here how much metal it gives you per second. But it's whatever. So this was 1.8. This one was 3.0. Weird. I don't know why they have different amounts. They usually don't. I guess some of these are starting locations or something. This looks like a starting location. I don't know. Anyway, so it's gonna go from, instead of giving 3, it's gonna give like 6 or 12 or something. I'm not sure. but it's definitely going to compound our metal income, which will be nice. I accidentally self-destructed a unit there. That was super... scared me. Don't button mash in a RTS game, I guess. Our economy's coming along nicely now that we got our little bubblers up. We're trying to catch up. We were trying to just keep a little fortification. But now that we know we're kind of chilling, we're just going big back here. We're starting, you can see the starports queued up. I don't remember what's building that, but eventually we'll get a little starport up. We're queuing out these guys. People I've played with said these guys suck. These are the hounds. I love these hounds because they're quick. They got a really long range and they do a good amount of damage. Let's see how they do right here. See our buddy's poking us here, and I saw him coming. I remember looking down here and moving my stuff back, kind of positioning. I put these barricades up. I've seen other people do it. I don't know if they're actually that good, but I assume it'd slow down at least big shit stuff. Or I can add little holes in if I can fill in the holes if I have a problem. I just need to use my commander. He was just sitting idle. He doesn't really do much. He builds the mexes, he builds the laser towers, and he builds these, but he can't build, like, they're bigger weapons, like big cannons and stuff, but he can't build them, so he's just doing tiny stuff while we use our builders for econ currently. Alright, we're gonna try and skirmish. We got a few pawns here, they're just tanking damage while our mortars, plasma boys. These are relatively expensive units for where we're at. He's got, these are expensive. These are the mortars. You can see they're the same ones we have over here. How these pawns are like kind of cheap, and they're for, you generally want to swarm over people with them, and he is no longer at the point where he can swarm me. He may still try to get like a flanking maneuver because they're quite quick. Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna hit me. This was a good play actually. I was a little scared here because like there's a lot of stuff running at my few valuable units. But fortunately, the mortars are quick enough that they kind of ran in front of the plasma bots. More mortars showed up. Or hounds, I guess. Even though they kind of have a mortary attack. And yeah, when the extra hounds show up, I realized I've kind of got the... These are holding their ground pretty well, to be honest. This probably isn't... I should be at max range. I should be way back here. But, well, they're getting the job done.
Commander destroyed.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I was like, my buddy and I are on Discord, so we're like talking during this. And he's, of course, I'm just like, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. And then he's like, damn it, you got a teammate. I'm like, oh yeah, Orange shows up. And then Green shows up to kill Orange, to save Teal. I love this game. It becomes chaos, but it's fun. I'm here just cleaning up these static defenses because my priority here is to make sure they're not mining my minerals. Any land I control, if I'm not mining, I should be mining it, but my ATM's not quick enough to get out and build this stuff. And it takes a long time, everything's slow. But the least I can do is make sure he's not mining. And then if we're all being honest, everybody who plays this game, once you break some sort of defensive line, the only thing you can think about, things that glow. Anything that glows. These kind of glow, don't they? These glow. We're still pretty early in the game. There are more glowy things later in the game, but glowing things is what we're kind of aiming for. These kind of look like they would blow up really well, but they don't. They're like, they kind of fold in like these little armored wings close. Look at that. One shot. Get the things that glow. Because even if you just like, say we barely won that fight, but we get one unit through, like that's his economy right there. Just one shot. So the game, very punishing. It has been quite a grind. And so we're punishing new players, our friends. We're hurting our friends. And you'll see all those chain react. And that's so many minerals down the drain. He's never coming back in this game. Bomber, one of his teammates has some aircraft. That's unfortunate for us. We don't have any units here. We made some earlier, but they all died. I don't know if we've noticed it yet. What's this guy got? Rocketeers. Those are, we were building those earlier. Those are tier 1 garbage. I mean, they're really good at tier 1, but we ain't tier 1 anymore. This guy's got thugs, more tier 1. We are the macro player on our team, it seems. This guy is doing pretty well. He's got lots of stuff, but he doesn't have any of the big glowies. Do we have any big glowies? We don't either. Why don't we have any big glowies yet? Oh, because we don't have any fucking minerals. Sorry. I'm gonna stop cursing. We don't have any minerals. Because we're making a whole bunch of hounds and artillery, and we tasted blood in the water, and we're just pumping units right now. Because now that we've busted this guy, or our buddy here, we know we can wrap all the way. I think that's actually high ground. I don't think we can actually get up there, but we can. Anyway, we've got access to the back lines here. Our goal is to keep this guy broken. Don't let him fortify. Is this us? Yeah, look at us. This is exactly what you want to do. The only issue is we don't have ant here. Like, we're just trying to skirmish with a few units. Keep, like, we're safe here. Like, if we get attacked, we can defend, but we're also keeping pressure on. They do find the counter. That's fine. We'll build ant here. We'll be back. And as soon as he pushes me off of him, guess where I'm going. I'm gonna get right back in there. I don't want them because building any more of these little mineral things. I missed that one. Also, all this metal, everything that dies in this game, you can just like harvest and turn into your metal. So all of this stuff, tasty, 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 tasty. Once you take space, you want to hold it. This is kind of cute. He just leaves his aircraft here instead of like usually people would pull them back and use them for other things. He doesn't have the APM to do it, and it's a smart thing to just be like, well, we'll leave him there. He didn't realize I was going to show up with a bunch of anti-air, and now he's not paying attention and kind of just losing them. Doing pretty good damage, I guess. They're tanky. They're tier 2 aircraft. So he's like, that's why there's only like 3 of them. They're quite expensive, and he doesn't have the economy for them. Alright, so Red was doing so well. I thought he was like crushing, and he is. He's got tier 2 artillery out too. These fat boys, these are they're slow as molasses, but they do so much shit. Oh, another aircraft. He's just donating minerals because like each of these, I think they cost like. I guess we can look. Should not speak out of. Oh my goodness, they cost 1250 minerals per. So he'd have to get how much does hounds cost? They can't cost that much. 285. Terrible trade. Okay. So if you got those expensive boys, don't lose them. Because they're real good for a reason. You paid for it. How did Blue come back in this game? What is happening? He has nothing. He got attacked? I mean, he's still got tanks, but like... Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting his base is over here. I mean, he still doesn't have much. I think he probably just like kind of went all in, you know, like when I decided to stop ecoing and just kind of build a ton of units. Which I've stopped now, because I'm back to ecoing. How are my minerals? Oh, look, they're all within limits, and now we're building glowy stuff, baby. Glowy stuff. That glows a little. This is going to glow a lot. We'll get back to that one. This guy got any glowy stuff? Nope. He's got a lot of windmills, though. Is that glowy? This guy, I've heard this is glowy. Fusion reactor. That goes boom. This guy gets out an early nuke, and it was so helpful. Like, I know he kind of just fell apart this game, I think. Like, he just kind of went for the nuke rush, but, like, it did help. He probably didn't have to rush it out as quick as he did. Like, this, I hate watching this as, like, a StarCraft player. As an RTS player. Like, there's a lot going on in this game. There's infinite things you can do. Don't get me wrong, it is very difficult to play. But it's so painful watching units just get... Like, the whole point of the game is making these units. You gotta care about them. You gotta love them. And they're just sitting here getting obliterated. Oh! He's done. He's over it. They're angry. And they're going in. Can he get through it? These are tier 1 little... I guess they're bots. They're Cortex bots. Don't worry about all that stuff. I ain't figured it out yet. I don't know what it means, but there's like 2 races in this game, and they're almost identical, but they're not quite. This guy's got good. These are really good. Oh, wait, no. These are the decent guys. They're artillery, but they're not as good. I thought he had the laser beam guys. Point those out. Yeah, dude, Red is doing really well here. His economy is doing fine. He's so, like, the way he builds is so interesting. He very much is like chaining these construction turrets, and I think the problem with that is like now they're not in a cluster, so he can't like really power things out as quickly as he wants. I think it's gonna kind of bite him. Like, I could see how it helps him build a nice big base early, but I think at some point you want to start clumping. I think I might have clumped mine. I should have started out spread more, but what's going on here? Oh my, these are my. I told you I'd come back and look at these heavy boys. Oh my gosh, that was a slaughter. Did you see that? There was like 15 units there. I don't know. I thought they were all gonna die. I remember I was playing this and I thought they were all dead, and then they do so much damage in such a big AoE. Because I looked away at this point. I saw they were getting run over. I ran them away. I ran my anti-air away. I said, save yourselves, and I went back to macroing. So what are we doing over here? Oh, we're gonna drop the tier 3 because our first big glowy thing came up. You're gonna, if you watch this game at all, you're gonna hear about these things way too much. There's that. Oh, I gotta call him out. What's his name? Let me find it. I'm gonna go look real quick. You sit tight. Don't move. Nobody move. Drogo. Is that his name? Sounds right. Drongo. Anyway, he's very entertaining, very educational, very good content creator. I've been watching him to learn the little I know. He's been teaching me all about the ACES things. What are they called? Advanced Fusion Reactors? Oh, I got an acronym for them too. I guess that's the Cortex types, they're the ACES. But mine are Advanced Fusion Reactors. And the more shiny, the more beautiful, the more boom booms you can make, the bigger boom booms. I'm making a big one. I said, I'm not gonna start with the tiny ones. I'm gonna go straight to one of the biggest ones I can make. Cause I don't have an opponent right now. We're chilling on the map. Our buddy's taking these and he's building bots. He's building bots. Was that low ground? Or high ground? I guess I could have just walked down there. It's very hard to tell. I think I can rotate the camera somehow. I did it on accident earlier. There we go. Yeah, I could have walked down there and I could have mined all these minerals. I'm a dummy. Okay, well, we were learning. Did not realize I could access that. First time playing on this map. I really just built this because I wanted some tier 1. I planned on taking this and I never did. Look at him, 36%. Bum bum, da 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 dum. It's growing. Because this is the secondary economy, if you will, of this game. The first one, get your minerals from your mineral circles. Second one, make your minerals out of giant fusion reactors. Infinitely, forever and ever. Nuclear power, people. Move towards it. Alright, status of the game. What are we looking at here? What's this guy up to? He's got some artillery, he's got a lot of... He really doesn't want people to know where his position is. These guys are radar jamming vehicles, and these are basically radar vehicles. So one shows you where the enemy's at, and the other hides where you're at. He's got too many of them. He's got 3 sets of 2. He needs like 1 set of 2, maybe 2 for a backup when he's safe. Minor here, spamming. All right, this is when Blue starts just running over this dude.
Commander
So it's the tick
has
spin.
died.
In this game, a lot of artillery kind of is the ultimate power once people have money. And he's got the laser beam. These are the boys I was talking about. These guys are filthy. They're really strong laser cannon turret boys, but they don't run away real well. So where he's got them parked, extremely frustrating. Unless like if we had a ton of units and we could run at him, no problem. But right now he knows this guy doesn't have anything. He just broke him and he's just putting up like a wall of artillery that's super strong. And the tick spam is just breaking this guy because all he built was artillery. Like this is why you can't go a single composition. He got out some big units that were pushing him back effectively. And now he's just getting bodied. And the ticks aren't even running in. If the ticks were still running in, these guys would be friendly firing all over each other. Okay, he's macroing. He broke out, he's chilling, he's getting his economy in order, he's making more units. Now he's making bulls. He's like, I need more front line for these laser beam boys that are still cooking. You'll notice these can't attack when they're out of power. This is where power becomes a big balancing act in the late game because you don't want to ever run out or you can't do anything with a lot of your big units. Oh, look at my little buddy over here rebuilding. I don't even think I went back and looked at him. I was talking to him on Discord, but I was mostly just like, all right, I told him to tell your boys. Did you say this? I told him to say it like he did. I said, tell your boys I'm coming for him. He said, I told him. Yeah, man, they talked a lot. We were struggling, radar. Okay, that was the beginning. I think I say it soon. Oh no, this is the end because he's like, Pink, can you start anything to stop a leak? He was asking me if I could help, and this was when I just made my tier 3 on my Titan. So you can see my big, beautiful baby that was cooking out of that lab. He was coming out of here. He spawned, and he's slow, but he's real big. You'll see. We'll keep an eye on him. He's making his way across the map. My dream with this is to send him into where my teammate was, or my buddy was, and then straight down and hit all their glowing stuff. I'm expecting them to have some glowing stuff. They really don't have... Here's his glowy stuff. It's pretty safe down there. This guy's got some glowy stuff. They're really not that big. We're kind of dominating. The game's kind of over. They could probably GG. But this blue push is extremely powerful here. You just start spamming out the ticks. Popular strategy to over one more pillar, and it's working. For new players, it's one of those things where like you think you're doing well, and then like a new tactic you learn about just runs you over, and that's what happened to Red here. And he's hanging on, but that's just because Blue's not applying for pressure. He's gently taking his time, working his way in here. He's doing a really good job, and he's keeping these out here. And like, I know you're like, oh, these are wasted, right? Because like they're not really eating any attacks, but like it's vision. These are like they cost almost nothing. And he knows now that there's not an army approaching his like artillery that's all piled up here. And like these wrecks, they can't drive over this. So he's in a precarious position. He doesn't know what there's 4 players. He doesn't know what everybody has. He's playing, I think he's playing nice and slow. I think it's a good reaction. Because he could rush in here, but like there's not a lot of clustered up here. This is a very safe day. Oh my god. Alright, this is where I just kind of power play. Our Titan, he's up front. I sent him in, I sent anti-air with him, and I also sent artillery, which has taken a long time to get there, but at this point, I'm worried. I see this guy, I see he's got good units, and I see he's killing my friend, and once he gets in here, he's got the same advantage I've got. And I don't want him in there. So I crank that boy out, and then after that, I spam basically problem solvers. These are Marauders. They're quick, they're tier 3 units, they're cheap, and they basically just say, I'm a tier 3 unit. They're extremely useful in a bunch of situations. Not particularly strong in any one situation, except for just run at things and shoot. They shoot buildings good, they shoot units good, and I just said that we gotta get over here. So I get over here, I try to dive bomb these. I think it was a good play to this day, even though it clearly doesn't work out because I lose a lot of my boys and I don't even kill them. Like if I don't think it's wrong for me to go for that shot there because he had the ticks, so he saw me coming, as I mentioned. There's nothing I can do but try to shoot that gap, and maybe I shouldn't have, but regardless, it was enough to break the push more or less. And this Titan, it was walking into all the boom booms. You see they GG'd, they all left once everything blew up.
Battle ended.
But he was gonna go, he was gonna end that. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Join me for the next one, and have a good one. I love this game, and I want to be a part of this game somehow. I don't know if I've got what it takes to be a player, but I'd love to be a part of it. So if anybody is doing anything with this game, reach out, let me know, hit me up. We can play, we can cast, we can make videos, we can host newbie tournaments and make fun of them. We can anything at all. Let's do it. And yeah, also let me know what you want to see. Let me know if you want me to do more like analysis, or if my fast and loose style where I don't know any of the names of the units is acceptable and fine. I'd love any feedback. Thanks, guys. See you.